Hello and welcome from Budapest. This is Hungary Reports, kicking off Public Media M1's foreign language news hour. I'm Árpád Szőci with the latest from Hungary and the Carpathian Basin. Great that you can be with us. More and more people in the northern Serbian province of Vojvodina, that's adjacent to Hungary's southern border, are worried about their safety. They say it's because of the number of migrants who've gathered there. Many say they no longer go out at night and that they now lock all their doors. Meanwhile, some migrants who were interviewed by Hungarian state media blame Hungary in what some are calling a threatening manner.
New groups of migrants can be seen every day in settlements in Vojvodina close to the Hungarian border. They stroll the streets with bags and packages and hide in abandoned homes. As well as in the forest of Magyarkanizsa, a group of 60 to 70 people have settled there in camps. Many of them wait for the dark, as only a few kilometers away is the Hungarian border where they try to get across. According to the local coordinator for migration, on Saturday alone, more than 200 migrants were wandering in the village. Robert Lotko added that migrants seem to become more and more frustrated, while local community leaders have only one goal: to protect the locals. For that reason, they would need police reinforcements. An increasing number of migrants is holding Hungary responsible for closing the green border.
This for Magyar problem, no open, so much people in here.
Hungarian authorities are ready to defend the Hungarian border against any attack, said the Prime Minister's chief Homeland Security advisor on Public Media's M1. There were attempts for crossing the border in groups in 2015 as well, but these were not successful. I can ensure that the Hungarian people, the Hungarian inhabitants, that the law enforcement agencies are ready, by legal means, to defend the Hungarian border against any kind of attack, György Bakondi explained. According to the security advisor, the many thousands of migrants at the Hungarian-Serbian border are being directed by criminal human trafficking organizations. Most likely, they are the ones telling the migrants that Western Europe awaits them and that Hungary constitutes the barrier in their further progress.
Hungary's State Secretary for the Aid of Persecuted Christians, Tristan Azbey, met with representatives of affected communities in Burkina Faso. The Hungarian State Secretary arrived just days after armed Islamists had attacked a Christian church in the African state on the first Sunday of Advent, killing 14 people. In fact, violence by jihadists against Christians in Burkina Faso has dramatically increased the past few months. Tristan wrote on his social media site that he has to conduct his work in absolute secrecy so as not to bring attention to jihadist terrorist networks. He added that he passed on Hungary's support and solidarity to survivors of persecuted Christians threatened with annihilation. Victims of the 1956 Hungarian Revolution against the Soviet Union and its occupying forces were commemorated in Salgótarján in northern Hungary. Shortly after the revolution was put down, Soviet soldiers and Hungarian police opened fire on a crowd peacefully demonstrating on December 8, 1956. They were demanding the resignation of two leading members of the local Workers' Council. It's still uncertain exactly how many people were killed, but it estimates somewhere between 46 and 150. That slaughter was also one of the bloodiest incidents connected to the Hungarian Revolution. On the second Sunday of Advent, people were lighting their second candles on their Advent wreaths, which symbolize hope. In a ceremony at City Hall Park in Budapest, the minister of the Pozsonyi Street Reformed Church said that the round shape of wreaths sends a message of wholeness and excellence. He said that one lit candle is a little flame, while two lit candles are true flames, three give off even more light, and four already make it a torch. Meanwhile, the castle in Diósgyőr in the northeast has had its second tower lit up with purple light. And Tihany at Lake Balaton and Debrecen in the east of the country already had their giant wreaths lit up with their second candles. Australia's third largest Hungarian church has been inaugurated. It was funded by donations from the Hungarian-Australian community in the state of Queensland, where several thousand Hungarians live. It will also serve as an important meeting place for the Hungarians there. And many people back in the Carpathian Basin were also happy about developments concerning their own churches.
The
The parish church in Dobosári in central Hungary was founded 300 years ago. On Sunday, believers expressed their gratitude at a Holy Mass. After the collapse of communism and the ensuing regime change in 1989, locals had fought for the operation of a Catholic school in their town. It is also thanks to them that today 220,000 children can attend religious schools in Hungary. The State Secretary for Churches, Minorities and Civil Affairs expressed his appreciation to the people living here and added that loyalty has to be pointed out in the life of the community, which has helped them get through hardship. Loyalty, if I may emphasize this word, is trying to be extinguished. They are trying to make us forget everything within only a few seconds. Let's throw away the old and use a new one. May this be a friendship, a marriage, a relationship, a nation or Christianity. Anything. This is what they try to make us do, Miklós Soltész pointed out. And this is Transylvania and Romania. A choir from the Hungarian minority there is singing in the freshly renovated Unitarian Church of Torda. The Unitarian Church of Torda has a special significance in the life of our church, and the fact that we could renovate it made a real Advent hope become reality, István Kovács said. This is the place where religious freedom was first introduced in the world. The Hungarian state supported the renovation of an outstanding institution in church history with more than 150,000 euros. The incorporation of the principle and practice of religious freedom into the law is tied to the Hungarian Unitarians. These important sentences that faith is a gift from God and that everyone praises God and practices his religion as his soul dictates were said in Torda, so it is a nice thing that we also renovated this church, Zoltán Balogh said. Hungarian believers in Australia were barely able to fit into the church for Mass, as the third Hungarian church on the continent, which was built from public donations, was inaugurated. Church leaders hope that the religious and the community space will be an opportunity for many Hungarians to meet. I think we need a lot of churches so that love and peace can multiply. For exactly these reasons here in Queensland, where thousands of Hungarians live. I was thinking about building a church where we pray to God, where we can find peace, where we can organize and build a community, and where we can love, said the pastor. The first Mass held at the Aspley Uniting Church was about ecclesiastics, peace, love, and the unity of the Hungarian people.
Countless charity drives are currently taking place across the country. In Dorog in the north, they held a charity run in the snow, while in Nyíregyháza in the northeast, a bunch of biker Santas used their machines for a good cause. And in Zalaegerszeg in western Hungary, a slight slap was worth a donation.
Santa Clauses on motorcycles gathered in front of a shopping centre in Nyíregyháza to collect donations and then ride together. The bikers did just that. They rode around the streets of the city to distribute gifts to the children's department of the András Józsa Teaching Hospital. I'm really happy I got to meet Santa here, since I couldn't meet him at home because I've been really sick, this little patient said. And some slaps were thrown around in Zalaegerszeg. The children aren't hitting each other because they want to fight, but because they're doing charity. The aim of the charity martial arts gala and Christmas slapping party was to collect clothes and shoes for needy children and to have a good time. It's not just about fighting, but for 10 years now we've been working with the Red Cross to such an extent that the entry fee is the variety of non-perishable food, clothing and footwear that can be seen behind me, with which we can help those who can't help themselves, says the club manager. The children first set off for the starting line at Dorog and ran a charity run with Santa along the course. After that, the adults warmed up. They also gathered at the starting line and then ran 3 kilometers on the streets of the city. Small gifts are collected in boxes, stuffed animals, books, figurines. And they're already packing the gift packages in the Santa Claus children's ship in Siófok. These surprises are going to the Santa Claus factory in Budapest. The donations will eventually go to the Tarnabot Primary School and Kindergarten, where altogether 160 disadvantaged children are awaiting the donations.
Hungary is for the birds, some people might say, what with the hundreds of thousands of the feathered fowl staying here instead of flying south for the winter. But it's also a challenge for them to survive the winter. Fortunately, visitors at the Wilderness Preserve in Szarvas in the east can get up closer than most to the birds, as well as get informed by experts who will also help them build a bird feeder. Those are built with discarded wood, which, once refurbished, make for a very cozy eatery for the birds. And in Shumeg, in Veszprém County, a very special exhibition awaits visitors to the local castle there. It features the most tried and true methods of transport used over the ages, the horse and carriage. These pieces have all been painstakingly restored with bountiful information explaining their past. And that's all for now. But don't forget, you can catch Hungary reports every night after the 11 p.m. Hungarian news and online as always. Please stick around if you can for our German, Russian, and Chinese language news. Thanks very much for watching, and minden jót.